Hey, so I just wanted to review Charli XCX's new album called Crash. It just came out yesterday. I saw some sort of like music videos on YouTube for it. So I listened to a few seconds of and then I looked up today. I was thinking, does she have a new album coming out? Is that why there's new videos on YouTube? And then I was like, I looked on Spotify and Charli XCX had a new album called Crash. Came out. I looked it up just now. It said it came out yesterday. So I don't know if that was a planned release or a surprise release or whatever. But I'm really excited because I really like Charlie XCX and XCX. Every time you say Charlie XCX, it sounds like you're saying Charlie SEX. I think she chose that on purpose. I think she's trying to be provocative, and I think she's trying to sound sexy. And that's a good thing. I like that in an artist. So what is I first of all, I really like the album. I've listened to every Charlie XCX album since she started, I think 2011. She either started in 2010 or 2011. Her first album is called like New Romance or something. It's something called like New Romance. I She's only like 2 or 3 years younger than me, so I've listened to her whole career. Um, and yeah, I think she's like 2 or 3 years younger than me, so. I've always listened to Charlie XCX ever since she started. I've always listened to her work. She's an amazing artist. She's had an amazing career. I hope she continues to have an amazing career. This album, how should I put this? You could say it's her best album yet, but that would be hard to say because all of her albums have been amazing. It's definitely as good as any album she's ever done. It might be her best album yet, but the 2010 album, the 2019 album were also really good. So it's definitely as good, maybe better. I'll probably listen to it some more. The 20 was it the last album I didn't think was as good. Was it like 2020 or 2021? The last album, like it wasn't as highly produced. It was almost more like a mix. Well, to me, it sounded more like a mixtape than a highly produced album. This album sounded highly produced. This album sounded like lush synth pop, and there is basically no genre of music I like more than lush synth pop. And her voice is amazing. She sounds amazing. Um, she's really good at singing. She's always been really good at singing. And you know, she had that single, "New Shapes," which a really hot music video. She did for that 2 months ago. I think she released the music video for "New Shapes." I thought that was amazing when it came out with Christine. Was her name Christine and the Queens? What's her name? Yeah, with Christine and the Queens. I never know if she has like a band or something, or if it's just her name is Christine and the Queens. I don't know. It's like Christine, a four-word name. If she has a four-word name, or if she actually has like a group of queens she walks around with. I don't know. But I really like Christine and the Queens. And was there someone else on that song? Let's see here. There was Caroline Polachek was on that song. So I really like that song, New Shapes. And how did that song go? Like, like I'm not what you wanted or something. I don't know. I have really bad memories. I can never remember lyrics. I'm actually really bad at learning lyrics and remembering lyrics because my brain is an empty void. But I still like songs even though I'm not very smart. I still like music. But how did that go? Something something. But I don't got it. Like I'm not what you want, or I don't got it. I don't know, but Charlie XCX makes really good synth pop, and I actually don't have a point I'm trying to make in this video. I'm not like sometimes I make these videos and I'm like trying to express something. I don't really have anything to express. I just heard the album one time and I'm doing a review, trying to get ahead of the social media hot takes curve. So trying to get release this video before everyone else does because it's the videos. This will be published tomorrow, so the album's going to be 2 days old by the time this is published. So that's really exciting that I was able to review this before everyone else was able to, or maybe I'm sure other people reviewed it just as quickly as I did. But this was a surprise release, so The good thing about making daily vlogs on here is I can make a video very quickly and have it released very quickly. Um, sometimes I think I'm taking the wrong path in life, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. So sometimes I like to vlog in these reviews of I like to meander on different subjects because I do release one of these videos a day, and I just want to talk about myself a little bit. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going in life, and sometimes I'm not sure if I'm in the right job. But um, I think that I think that sensitivity is very important to um, having a career, especially in the field that I'm working in. I work with people with disabilities, and I have a disability myself. I work with people with disabilities, and I have a disability myself. So sensitivity is very important in this career. So I like to listen to a lot of music, and I like to listen to Charli XCX because um, music increases my sensitivity, and I also really don't like bad music. I actually dislike bad music more than other people. I mean, I like all music. I don't think there's any bad music, but there is some music that's just less good than other music. So I find myself making these playlists on Spotify and building these playlists of all really good songs, and I'll probably add some of these Charlie X songs to some of my playlists. And I made these playlists on Spotify with really good music, and it's almost like when I go in public and they play the whatever music, it bothers me at this point because I've been building these Spotify playlists for like 10 years now. I've been listening to Spotify for 10 years, and I've been listening to this really perfect music. I always listen to this perfect music, like Charlie XCX is a perfect artist. And every time I go out in public and they play music, it's never perfect. The synth pop is always off. It never sounds as good as it does on Spotify. And I'm almost amazed that people play records and stuff. How could a record be ever as good as these Spotify playlists? How could you buy a $25 record, whatever they cost, and think they'd ever be as good as a good Spotify playlist? I have no idea how. Like these, what do they call records? Like the big ones, like not the CDs. I mean, like how do you do that? Then you gotta flip the album over. That's nuts. That is nuts. Flip an album over. I have 3,000 songs on a playlist that it goes on loop 24/7 in my room, and I have 10 playlists with 3,000 songs. Does that make me a nerd? Yeah, it does make me a nerd because I've got 10 playlists with 3,000 songs each, and I design them meticulously, very carefully. And I'm the biggest nerd in the world. I know I am, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of being a nerd because but that's why I have more sensitivity than other people, which is more of a liability mostly, but it's also can be an asset because I'm more confident about talking about this stuff on camera because I don't know, my dad taught me how to have confidence um, uh, even though you have sensitivity. And that's part of life is learning how to be confident with sensitivity because when you're arrogant, you're confident without sensitivity. If you're arrogant, you're confident without sensitivity. So you want to learn to be confident with sensitivity. Um, and that's what makes life really complicated. And that's why I really like people like Charli XCX because her music is so good that it increases my sensitivity, and it really I learn so much from her. And synth pop, I would say the only genre of music I like more than synth pop is like 80s Quiet Storm, like early 90s, 80s Quiet Storm, like Peebo Bryson and James Ingram and Tina Turner. I call that stuff Quiet Storm, which is a separate thing from synth pop, even though it sounds exactly like synth pop, except there's just more soul. Um, However, synth pop is probably my second favorite genre of music. Let's say that. Synth pop's probably my second favorite genre, and I also like sophisti-pop more than synth pop. So that's right. So there's Quiet Storm, there's sophisti-pop, and then there's synth pop. So synth pop is my third favorite genre of music, and that's all Charli XCX does is release synth pop, synth pop. Um, and this album, and sometimes she releases an album like this that to me sounds like sophisti-pop, which sophisti-pop to me is better than synth pop. Not as good as Quiet Storm, but better than synth pop. And synth pop is like my third favorite genre of music, and sophistopop is my second favorite genre of music. Sophistopop is uses synths, but it's like better synth. It's and like Quiet Storm is like sophistopop, but better singing. Quiet Storm has better singing, and sophistopop has better synths, and synth pop is good synth, good singing, but not quite as good synth and singing as Sophistopop and Quiet Storm. Um, but the the this Charli XCX album to me sounds more like Sophistopop because the synth is really good. It's really good synth, and she's always had good synth. Her last mixtape, I forgot what it was called, didn't have as good synth, but 90% of her albums have amazing synth. Like her 2019 album, 2019 one was really good. You could tell this is like a real album. This wasn't like a mixtape or whatever thrown together. Like our last one was a mixtape, totally, total mixtape. But this one was a very well produced, very lush album. Who, who's their publisher here? Was it Warner Brothers or something? Asylum Records, UK release. Warner Music, yeah. Warner Brothers published this thing. It's very highly published. Not that not that she has like a million producers, but it sounds like she might have a million producers. I like a million producers. I like I to me that sounds romantic. To me it sounds romantic if you have a million producers. Why wouldn't you want a million producers? Why wouldn't you want a million people working on an album? Like when people make an album that sounds like it comes from a garage and then they just string it together in a garage with like duct tape, that doesn't sound good to me. I don't like albums that are strung together with duct tape. I like when they have the best producers in the world working on it. You know, the Backstreet Boys had the best producers in the world. The Backstreet Boys didn't just hire some garage band to record some songs. The Backstreet Boys hired like the guy's name was like Dennis Pop or something. The guy was like from Sweden. His name was like Dennis Pop. I don't remember if that was his actual name. It was something Pop. The guy was from Sweden, and they found the best producers in the world to make the music for the Backstreet Boys, and that's why they became the Backstreet Boys. They didn't just hire some garage band to do this stuff. And I like that Charli XCX. I think she works with good producers. I'm sure she plays instruments, and I'm sure she does make. I'm sure she does all this herself too. I'm not saying. I'm sure she does about 90% of it herself, but it sounds like 10% of it is people helping her, people helping people. You know what Mr. Rogers used to say? Look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. And because the helpers are what make things better in life. The helpers. And it sounds like she has helpers, and I like that. I hear all this talk about, oh, it's so overproduced. Oh, it sounds like it's like I'll never understand why people don't like albums that sound overproduced. I want something to sound overproduced. I want something that sounds like you put some effort into it. I don't want a guitar and a drums and it just sounds like it comes from some like, garbage heap somewhere. I don't like garbage rock. I like rock. I just don't like garbage rock. And I like highly produced synth pop. I like sophistopop. Quiet Storm is even more sophisticated. But sorry, I'm burping. I just ate. This is unproduced. I don't edit these, so this is gross. I'm sorry, but it, you know, Charli XCX, she knows what she's doing. At this point, she's known what she's doing, but she's always known what she was doing. Her first album came out when she was 18 in 2010. It's called like New Romance or something. I don't know what it's called, but uh, Big Romance. I don't remember what her first album was called, but it sounded really good, you know. And all her albums sound good. And I like that she tries to sound pop sometimes, and sometimes she tries to sound more indie. Sometimes she tries to sound more indie. Sometimes she tries to sound more pop. You could tell this album is trying to sound more pop, which I like pop. I like pop, and I like when she tries to sound indie, and I like when she tries to sound pop. And I like everything she does. She's really she releases masterpiece after masterpiece after masterpiece after masterpiece, and I like that. I like that she puts this much effort into it. She does try. Charli XCX does care about her work. What is this album called again? Sorry, it's called Crash. Crash. It sounds like she's actually trying. A lot of artists don't try. A lot of artists just push this junk to the world, and it's just no. Charlie XCX actually tries, and in the '90s there was this big thing where it's just like, oh, we're gonna show how little we try. We're gonna make music about how lazy we are, and we're gonna tell everyone I don't care about anything, nothing matters to me. No, oh, this stuff. No, but she sounds like she cares. That was a long, and she's Charlie XCX is a big part of the reason that caring is becoming popular again. There was this big thing in the '90s with like everyone's like, "Oh, I don't care about anything, man. Nothing really matters. Nothing matters. It's all irrelevant." I my cousin used to say, "Everything sucks. Everything sucks. Everything sucks." Like the the Star Wars prequel sucks. Spider-Man sucks. X-Men sucks. You like make it come out a song without how everything sucks. And like he didn't make a song, but you know what I mean. Like you just say everything sucks all the time. And I like that Charlie XCX sounds like she cares about things. I like she sounds passionate. She sounds like, oh, this is important. This life we live is important, and we need to talk about how important this is. And these are important issues, and these are things we should be passionate about. It's not just, yes, sometimes you want to be dispassionate. Sometimes you want to walk around and be like, everything sucks, nothing matters. And sometimes you want to be passionate. Sometimes you want to care about things and make the best synth pop you want to do. Sometimes you want to make even better than synth pop, you want to make sophistopop. Like Charlie XCX sounds like she's trying to make sophistopop, which is like synth pop but better. And most people don't know what sophistopop is. Most people don't know what synth pop is. Most people just know what rock and hip hop is. I like rock and hip hop too. I'm not saying I don't, but for people who want something more produced, some people do like produced music, and some people like things that sound like they're in a studio tinkering away with different, machines and tinkering away for hours on end. And I, I think some people like, I don't, I think some people like when songs sound like they just came spur of the moment. The whole thing was spur of the moment. I'm sure some songs are spur of the moment. I like when effort is put into it. I like when just hours upon hours of thought. And of course she might not have put any effort into it. I just imagine if I was doing this, how would I want to do it? But not that I know how to make an album. Not that I know anything about it. Maybe she produced all this stuff in 10 minutes. I don't know what she does. I don't know if she produces stuff in 10 minutes, or if it took her, 2 years of meticulous work to put it together. I don't know. I am scared about another wave of COVID coming in like a month because it's in Europe and it's in Asia right now. I am scared of another wave of COVID happening. So I hope she stays safe right now, and hope we all don't get COVID. It is scary to think about how bad COVID is. I just want to leave this in a dour note because you know, life is pretty bad. Life is pretty bad, and it's a scary world out there, and it's important we have music to escape into. It's important we have music that makes things better. It's important that there's music to make things better. Because we all have to wear masks when we go outside, but when we're inside and we listen to Spotify, we don't need masks. We can be ourselves. We can be ourselves when we have Spotify. And Spotify makes everything better. Because you don't need to go to a bar, you don't need to go to a concert to find music. Music lives at home. Music lives in your house. If you have a computer, if you have a cell phone, if you have anything that plays music, music lives at home. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Charli X's new album? Are you going to listen to it? Have you listened to it? I do recommend you do listen to an album called Crash, because it is Charli XCX's finest work. It's as good, if not better, than anything she's done. She sounds like she's making sophistopop, which is next level synth pop. I think she's doing great. I hope she keeps up the great work. I hope she does this until she's 90, 100 years old, and I hope she does this her whole career. You should listen to the album Crash, because it's really good if you haven't listened to it yet, because It'll make you happy. Her voice sounds amazing. She sounds totally sexy. She sounds totally hot. If you like to listen to hot girls sing, listen to the album Crash by Charli XCX. If you want to listen to hot girls sing, sexy girls, if you like sexy girls, listen to this album. If you like highly produced, expertly made music, synth pop, wondrous, wondrous world of uh, gemstone and heartthrobs and all that stuff, you should listen to this album. Um, so that's all I have to say. So let me know in the comments if you've heard the album, what you think about the album. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. Please like this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.